I'd like to call the Public Service Committee meeting to order. Is there a motion on our minutes from the previous meeting? I have a motion from Hoke and a second from Councilman Fusco. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing and seeing none, the minutes pass. We have nothing on the old agenda, and we have one piece before us in the new agenda. Ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee without the formality of publicly advertising for bids to enter into a contract or contracts with SA Communal Company, Inc. for the emergency repair and replacement of the fire sprinkler system in Morley parking deck and declaring an emergency. And I imagine this would be you, Mr. Little, that will be speaking.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. This actually, we're not replacing the entire system, okay? We're making major repairs to the system. So it's on parking levels 1, 2, and 3 that Communal are replacing and upgrading the pipe to bring it up to standard so we can put it back into operation.
Okay. Are there any questions from the committee? I apologize. Councilman Fusco.
I just say it seems as though $25,000 is so. This is basically just keeping it the maintenance primarily, right?
Pretty much, but the way that system works, you know, being that it's not in a conditioned space, so the way the system works, it has an air compressor that keeps air pressure on the system. Okay. Okay. So if a head goes, let's say there is a fire, and a head would go, the air would release and then water would come back and fill the system. So doing random inspections, we found multiple leaks on the system even though the air was there. So we are replacing multiple sections of pipe up to 6-inch pipe in the system. So in the event we do have a fire, the system will operate as designed.
It just seems like a pretty good ROI for $25,000.
Yes.
I don't know if you're in a hurry or not on this, but I'd recommend approval.
Thank you, Councilman Fusco. Let me get the committee, and then I'll be happy to call in. Can you tell me how this, who uses this particular parking deck, or how it is used?
Well, we have, you know, it's a public deck, so we have some city employees, some of our police department, some of our sheriffs, a lot of the court services use that deck, and then we just have general public that uses the deck.
So it is highly used.
It's probably one of our highly used for transient parking because of the courts. Okay. And for the daily parkers, it's probably not our highest monthly parker, but a lot of our customers who use downtown services in the court use that deck.
Thank you. Anybody else from the committee before I open it up? Okay, Councilman Kilby.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Chris, first off, how many sprinkler outlets is there in the entire, do you know how many?
I do not know how many heads are in that deck.
Give me a ballpark, and what do you think, 50?
No, it's got to be a lot more than that because there's 4 floors.
4 floors, okay, there's a lot then. Where are the pipes located that need to be replaced by the, wherever?
Parking deck 1, 2, and 3, and they're all hung in the ceiling.
Okay.
So, you know, some of the mains they're doing are up to 6-inch diameter.
Yeah, I got you. So they're hanging from the ceiling or under the?
They're hanging from the ceiling, then the heads would be off of that. So
yeah,
if a
when
fire
was
would
that
go
built?
up,
in the 60s maybe, or?
the deck was built in 69.
Those original pipes probably, huh?
50 years old, yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
next year it'll be 50 years old.
So I'm amazed it's only $25,000 personally, but.
Well, it's not replacing the whole system, just to be clear.
Just the ones that are really bad.
Yes.
Second question, it says here, get the system up and running again. Does that mean it's not working now?
Right now it is not, no.
Okay, the whole deck does not have any fire protection, or just certain places?
Just certain places, but if we would have a fire, the water could come on, but, you know, once we get below freezing, we can't leave the water on. That's why we have to go back to the air. Yeah. So we have to get this done before it starts to get the temperatures below freezing.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from council that has a question? Seeing and hearing none, Councilman Fusco, I believe you made a motion for suspension of rules. Is there a second? Second. I hear about a second. Okay, so Councilwoman Rosen Sample, second this. All in favor of suspension of rules? Signify by saying aye. Aye. And
It's all good.
All right, hello everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started here, and we got a public safety meeting. We're going to call to order, please. And I see that all members are present. We did have a meeting last week. Can I get approval of those minutes, please?
Motion to approve.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, we do have one piece that we're going to continue taking time unless any committee members have any comments. All right. We're going to continue taking time and move into our new piece of legislation. And it's the ordinance authorizing the purchasing agent, after advertising for bids, to enter into a contract or contracts for the remodeling of the patrol office, room number 511, and declare an emergency. And we have Deputy Mayor of Public Safety Charlie Brown with us today.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce Captain Dave Laughlin. He's the commander of patrol operations. He has intimate details about this request. Cap.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The money that we're requesting is to do some updating and remodeling in our, it's called our Patrol Operations Office. It's the administrative arm for the Uniform Subdivision. We have a lot of citizens coming in and out for complaints, checking on reports. We have a lot of citizen contact that area. It's an area that's needed some updating and remodeling for some time. We're proposing to create a separate waiting area for the citizens, so they have their own separate, secure, private area. In addition to, part of the remodel is our current office is set up not secure for our one civilian staff who is in that office. We have a desk and some file cabinets. It's not a very aesthetically pleasing, not very safe for her. As part of that is to create a safer structure for our civilian staff as well.
Okay.
The amount we're asking for is $37,327. That's for the build-out portion of the remodel and update.
Okay, thanks. Any questions from council members on the committee? No. Any other council members? Oh, I got Councilwoman Sims real quick, Mr. Neal. Sorry. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So haven't we recently done some remodelings in this similar location?
Go ahead.
It's been several years, but there was some remodeling done in the sergeant and lieutenant area where there was some painting and some cubicle. This area has not had any remodeling done to it at all. This is the main patrol operations office. I apologize if I'm not coming through loud enough. I apologize, sir. So this area has not had any remodeling or updating done to it, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Keith, is that okay, Rose?
It sounds to me like these are needed, necessary upgrades. Maybe, I mean, remodeling sounds like what I want to do to my kitchen, and I could still cook in it. But if you have somebody working on a file cabinet as a desk, I think these are necessary upgrades.
It's the file cabinets are lined up. There's about 6 of them in a row to form our security structure along with the desk. So it's not the ideal environment for our civilian staff, and it's not an ideal environment for the citizens who are coming in to see this as a representative of our building.
Yeah. I think this is probably a no-brainer here, but thank you for coming down and explaining the situation.
Yeah, thanks, Councilwoman. Councilman Russ Neal, please, thank you for...
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a question. Do these funds, are we able to take these funds out of the tax increase dollars, or?
Issue 4.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, good, thank you. Any other questions or comments? I think some of the colleagues raised, just make sure that security is well taken care of. That's very important. So with that, obviously, is this something you want, suspension of the rules? All right, committee. All in favor? Anybody opposed? All right, we'll pass that this evening. Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
folks.
Appreciate it. With that, we're adjourned.
Suspension.